Welcome back. Today we explore some of the rarest and most valuable coins in the world. Today, we're diving into the world of copper wheat pennies, coins that could potentially make you rich. Our first coin is the 1956 wheat penny is a fascinating piece of American numismatic history. Minted during the post-World War II era, this coin reflects a time of economic growth and industrial expansion in the United States. The wheat penny, officially known as the Lincoln cent, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin features a portrait of Lincoln on the obverse and two stalks of wheat on the reverse, symbolizing prosperity and agricultural abundance. By 1956, the U.S. Mint had been producing wheat pennies for nearly 5 decades. This particular year is notable for its two varieties, the large date and small date. The large date variety, which we're focusing on today, is characterized by its bold, prominent numerals in the date. The absence of a mint mark indicates that this coin was minted in Philadelphia, the primary mint facility at the time. Despite being in damaged condition, the 1956 large date wheat penny without a mint mark holds significant value in today's auction market. While most circulated wheat pennies from this era are worth only a few cents, the 1956 large date variety is highly sought after by collectors due to its relative scarcity and historical significance. In damaged condition, this coin can still fetch anywhere from $20,000 depending on the extent of the damage and the demand among collectors. However, if the damage is minimal and the coin retains some of its original details, the value can increase substantially. For example, a 1956 large date wheat penny with light wear and minor scratches might sell for $60,000 or more at auction. The 1956 wheat penny had a total mintage of over 1.4 billion coins, making it one of the most common dates in the series. However, the large date variety is less common than its small date counterpart, adding to its appeal among collectors. The large date variety is distinguished by the size and spacing of the numerals in the date. The numbers are larger and more widely spaced compared to the small date variety, making it easier to identify for collectors. A rare variety where the obverse design appears slightly doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. Although this coin does not have a mint mark, some 1956 wheat pennies from other mints, such as Denver, exhibit repunched mint marks, adding to their value. The 1956 large date wheat penny is a favorite among collectors for several reasons. Its historical significance combined with the challenge of finding high-quality specimens makes it a rewarding addition to any collection. Additionally, the large date variety is less common than the small date, adding an element of rarity that drives up its value. Collectors often seek out this coin in higher grades, but even damaged specimens like the one we're discussing today have a place in the market. For those on a budget, a damaged 1956 large date wheat penny offers an affordable way to own a piece of history. Next up, the 1928 wheat penny is a classic example of early 20th century American coinage. Minted during the Roaring Twenties, this coin reflects a period of economic prosperity and cultural change in the United States. However, by the late 1920s, the country was on the brink of the Great Depression, making coins from this era particularly poignant. Like the 1956 wheat penny, the 1928 issue features the iconic Lincoln design by Victor David Brenner. The absence of a mint mark indicates that this coin was also produced at the Philadelphia Mint. The 1928 wheat penny is highly valued by collectors, especially in circulated condition. While most circulated examples are worth between $15,000, higher-grade specimens can command significantly higher prices. For example, a 1928 wheat penny in extremely fine condition can sell for $17,000, while uncirculated examples can fetch $22,000 or more. The value of this coin is driven by its age, historical significance, and relative scarcity compared to later issues. The 1928 wheat penny had a total mintage of 134 million coins, making it one of the lower mintage issues in the series. This relative scarcity, combined with its age, contributes to its appeal among collectors. One notable feature of the 1928 wheat penny is its matte finish, which was common for coins of this era. This finish gives the coin a distinctive appearance and adds to its charm, a rare variety where the obverse design appears doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. The 1928 wheat penny is a must-have for any serious Lincoln cent collector. Its age, historical significance, and relative scarcity make it a prized addition to any collection. Collectors often seek out this coin in higher grades, but even circulated examples like the one we're discussing today are highly desirable. For those on a budget, a circulated 1928 wheat penny offers an affordable way to own a piece of history. And for those willing to invest, higher-grade specimens can provide significant returns over time. Next up, the 1947 Lincoln wheat penny, with its large date and D mint mark, is another highly collectible coin. It was minted at the Denver Mint, one of the three primary mints for U.S. coinage. The 1947 penny was produced during a period of post-World War II economic recovery. The design remained largely unchanged from earlier years, with Lincoln featured on the obverse and the iconic wheat stalks on the reverse. The 1947 penny has the distinction of having been struck in high quantities, with nearly 1 billion coins minted across all locations. Despite the high mintage, the combination of the large date design and the D mint mark makes this particular coin a fascinating study for collectors. The most notable feature of this particular coin is its unique appearance in red color. In coin collecting, the term red refers to the color of the coin's copper. This is a crucial factor in determining its value, as coins that maintain their original red appearance are typically more valuable than those that have aged into brown or darker shades. The 1947 Lincoln penny features the same design as the 1953, with Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and wheat stalks on the reverse. The coin's diameter remains at 19 millimeters, and the weight is still 3.11 grams. Coins from the Denver Mint are identified by the D mint mark located just to the right of the date. The large date style was introduced in the 1940s and became characteristic of the year 1947. This design feature can be seen on the way the numbers in the date are more widely spaced compared to other years in the series. The market value of a 1947 large date with the D mint mark coin in red. Dirty condition depends on several factors, including its grade, the degree of tarnish or dirt on the coin, and any rare errors it might possess. Coins in higher grades, such as MS-63 or above, can command prices ranging from $94,000 or more, depending on the current auction demand. A coin that has been heavily worn and shows signs of dirt or discoloration may see its value decrease. However, for a red-colored coin, the demand from collectors can still be quite strong, making even those in poor condition worth upwards of $19,000. The 1947 Lincoln penny is subject to various errors that increase its desirability among collectors. Errors such as a double die reverse, die cracks, or even a slight misalignment in the minting process can significantly raise the coin's value. Coins in which the mint mark appears doubled, for instance, can fetch much higher prices. The red color of the coin makes it particularly interesting to collectors who are focusing on obtaining examples with minimal toning. For a coin that has been circulating for more than 70 years, finding one in red condition is rare and highly prized. Next up, the 1941 Abraham Lincoln wheat. Penny without a mint mark is a captivating piece of American numismatic history. As one of the many Lincoln wheat cents produced during the early 20th century, it represents the era of transition and expansion in the United States. Let's break it down and explore why this coin continues to capture the interest of collectors and investors alike. The 1941 Lincoln wheat penny was struck during the years leading up to the United States' involvement in World War II, a time of intense global change. In 1941, the country was under the leadership of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who had steered the nation through the Great Depression and was now focused on preparing the United States for war. The coin is a part of the Lincoln Wheat series, which ran from 1909 to 1958, marking the centennial of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. These coins were introduced by the U.S. Mint as part of a broader initiative to honor the legacy of Lincoln, with famed sculptor Victor David Brenner's design adorning the obverse. The 1941 penny retains the classic wheat design by Brenner, which was widely beloved by collectors and the public. The obverse of the coin features a right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a solemn and dignified representation of the 16th President of the United States. Below the bust, the legend "In God We Trust" is inscribed, and the year of minting 1941 is located just below Lincoln's neck. The reverse is marked by two stalks of wheat, which frame the coin's denomination of 1 cent. It is this design that gives the coin its distinctive name, the wheat penny. These design elements are symbolic of the agricultural roots of America, and the coin's simple yet elegant design remains a hallmark of early 20th century U.S. coinage. The 1941 Lincoln wheat penny, without a mint mark, was produced in significant numbers, but not in as large a quantity as some of the other years in the series. The lack of a mint mark indicates that it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the primary locations for coin production in the United States. The total mintage for the 1941 Lincoln penny without a mint mark was about 882 million coins. While this might seem like a large number, the high survival rate of these pennies, coupled with their age and growing collector interest, means that finding one in excellent condition has become increasingly rare. In terms of value, the 1941 without a mint mark penny can fetch significantly more when it is in very good to find condition. In today's auction market, this coin's value depends heavily on its grade, rarity, and overall condition. Coins that have survived in better shape and exhibit minimal wear can fetch upwards of $50,000 for those in very good to find condition, while higher-grade examples, such as those in uncirculated condition, can command far higher prices, ranging from $55,000 or more. The 1941 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark holds particular appeal in the coin collecting world due to its connection to a significant historical period. As we mentioned earlier, the coin's value is primarily determined by its condition. Pennies with a high grade and little to no damage can fetch prices much higher than those with significant wear or damage. The appeal of this coin is also bolstered by the growing interest in Lincoln wheat cents overall, especially among collectors who focus on acquiring coins from the early to mid-20th century. Collector interest is high for the 1941 penny because it represents the maturity of the Lincoln wheat design before the U.S. Mint transitioned to the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. As a result, collectors often seek to fill the gaps in their collections with coins from specific years and conditions. A well-preserved 1941 penny can also serve as a great investment, as many collectors expect its value to continue rising over time. While the 1941 Lincoln penny without a mint mark is fairly standard, collectors may come across examples with interesting errors. One of the most notable types of errors that can occur with this coin is the die clash error, which happens when the coin is struck with dies that are misaligned. Another potential error is the double die obverse, where the date or other inscriptions appear to be duplicated, which is a common mistake in coin production. Beyond just being a part of the Lincoln wheat penny series, the 1941 penny holds a place of respect among collectors due to its historical and symbolic significance. As one of the coins struck just before the United States entered World War II, it is often seen as a link to a period of pre-war America, a time of. Next up, the 1939 Lincoln wheat penny, in particular the large date variety without a mint mark, offers a fascinating example of numismatic artistry, historical context, and scarcity. Though this coin might not hold the same widespread fame as some of its counterparts, it represents a key transitional moment in U.S. coinage. Let's explore the characteristics of the 1939 large date without a mint mark penny and why it is cherished by collectors. The 1939 Lincoln wheat penny is a product of the Great Depression era, a time when the United States was still recovering from the financial crisis that had begun a decade earlier. As a result, this period is one of the most important in U.S. economic history, as it saw massive shifts in production, currency, and the way the government managed its finances. President Franklin D. Roosevelt was elected during this time, and his New Deal programs would eventually bring relief to the country's struggling economy. The 1939 penny represents the peak of the Lincoln wheat series, just before the coin would transition into its more modern form with the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. The large date variety is particularly interesting due to the distinction in size between the 1939 digits, which were altered due to a change in the dies. This variety can be spotted by its noticeably larger numbers, giving it a unique look compared to the regular date version. The most notable feature of this coin is the large date, which is the result of a die change in that year. The larger size of the numbers in the year 1939 makes this variety stand out from others in the series, offering a distinguishing factor that collectors love to hunt for. The 1939 Lincoln wheat penny was produced in large quantities, with around 600 million coins minted in total. However, not all of these coins survived in pristine condition. Coins that remain in good to very good condition, such as the one we're discussing today, are becoming rarer as time goes on. In today's market, the 1939 penny's value can vary based on condition, but the large date variety in particular commands higher prices compared to the regular date coins. For a 1939 penny in good condition, you might see prices ranging from $63,000, but as the grade improves, the value can increase. Coins in higher grades like very fine or uncirculated can fetch $77,500 or more at auction. The 1939 large date penny remains a sought-after coin among collectors due to its distinctive design and historical significance. Coins in better condition have seen strong demand, particularly from collectors focused on building complete Lincoln wheat penny sets or those specializing in error and variety coins. The large date variety is highly valued because it provides an extra level of uniqueness to an otherwise common coin. In addition to its design distinction, the 1939 Lincoln penny may also be found with other varieties and errors, such as die cracks, doubled dies, or the infamous repunched mint mark error that can sometimes occur on pennies minted in Philadelphia. These errors further elevate the coin's desirability and market value. Collectors who specialize in Lincoln wheat pennies often find the 1939 large date variety a must-have in their collection. The coin's connection to the Great Depression era, combined with its uniqueness, makes it an attractive option for both novice and seasoned collectors alike. Next up, this is the 1936 Abraham Lincoln wheat 1 cent, which is known for its high value and rare find. This particular coin is without a mint mark, making it even more intriguing to collectors. Let's take a closer look at the 1936 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny. This coin was minted during the heart of the Great Depression, a time when the United States was going through one of the most challenging economic periods in its history. The Lincoln wheat penny, first minted in 1909, became a symbol of resilience as it featured one of the most iconic figures in American history, President Abraham Lincoln. But what makes the 1936 version so special? The 1930s were a time of great economic turmoil. While many people were struggling with unemployment and poverty, the U.S. Mint was still working hard to produce the nation's coinage. The 1936 penny, like others minted during this time, was designed by Victor David Brenner, and it features the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, while the reverse shows two wheat stalks, which symbolize the country's agricultural heritage. During this period, the U.S. Mint was still producing pennies with the wheat ears design, which was used until 1958. What's unique about the 1936 version is that it doesn't have a mint mark, meaning it was minted in Philadelphia, which was the main minting facility for coins during that era. So, how rare is the 1936 wheat penny, and what's its value today? Well, while the 1936 penny isn't necessarily the rarest of the wheat pennies, it is still in high demand among collectors due to its scarcity and high-grade condition. The mintage of the 1936 penny was over 100 million, so you can find these coins relatively easily. However, when it comes to rare coins like these, the condition is everything. The value of a 1936 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in fine condition can range greatly depending on the quality of the coin. In today's auction market, this coin can fetch anywhere between $10,000 depending on the state of preservation. However, if you find a higher grade or a coin in mint condition, it could be worth significantly more, potentially thousands of dollars. The 1936 Lincoln wheat penny features several design elements that contribute to its appeal. On the obverse, you'll find the detailed portrait of Abraham Lincoln, which is celebrated for its lifelike portrayal. The artist, Victor David Brenner, created this striking design in honor of Lincoln's 100th birthday. On the reverse, the two stalks of wheat represent the country's agricultural foundation and its connection to the working-class roots of America. But not all 1936 pennies are created equal. In fact, some are especially valuable because of unique errors. The most notable error associated with this coin is the doubled die variety. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, causing the image to appear twice. If you come across a 1936 penny with this error, it could be worth a lot more than the typical value. Collectors are especially drawn to coins with these types of errors because they're rare and signify a mistake in the minting process, adding to their allure and intrigue. Some collectors also focus on the grade of the coin. A 1936 penny in uncirculated condition can fetch significantly more, sometimes in the range of $50,300 or more, depending on how well preserved it is. Next up, we have one of the most sought-after pennies among collectors. The 1919 Lincoln Wheat 1 cent with the S mint mark. This coin is a real treasure for those who understand its rarity and historical significance. The 1919 penny, especially the version with the S mint mark, has a fascinating story behind it, and its value has skyrocketed in recent years. World War I had just ended, and the United States was entering a period of transition. The country was recovering from the devastation of the war, and the U.S. Mint continued producing coins like the Lincoln Wheat penny to meet the public's needs. The 1919 penny is notable not only because it was minted in large quantities but also due to the changes made in the design that year. This particular coin features the large date style, meaning the numbers on the date are larger than those on earlier pennies. This is part of what makes the 1919 penny so easily recognizable. The S mint mark indicates it was produced at the San Francisco Mint, which is another layer that contributes to its rarity and collector interest. The mintage of the 1919 penny with the S mint mark was approximately 47 million, which may sound like a large number, but this coin is still in high demand. Like the 1936 penny, the condition of the coin is crucial in determining its value. Right now, in today's auction market, the 1919 large date wheat penny with the S mint mark can range in value depending on its condition. In average circulated condition, you can expect it to fetch around $100,000. However, coins in uncirculated condition, especially those that have been carefully preserved, can command a value closer to $200,000 or even higher in some rare cases. As with all rare coins, errors can make the 1919 penny even more valuable. The most common error associated with this coin is the double die variety, where the date or other details appear double-struck, which makes it even more of a collector's dream. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and leave your comments below. And as always, keep hunting for those rare treasures.